Good day to you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for listening with me here today. I want to look at another saying of the wise. Now, again, we talked about this. The sayings of the wise are in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 17 through chapter 24, verse 22. That's the initial grouping. There's some other things that I mentioned previously, and we may get into those. But right now, I want us to look at verse 28. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 28. Do not remove the ancient landmark which your fathers have set. Now, again, this is just practical advice from the Bible, from God. These landmarks, they're talking about boundaries of land, like your boundary of your land and your neighbor's boundary. Maybe there were, in the ancient days, maybe they set up a row of stones or some such thing as that to mark off my property and kept it separate from my neighbor's property, right? So this advice comes down to basically the idea of don't cheat your neighbor. Now, what some people, some unscrupulous people used to do, was it not? They would go out and move the boundary markers and they would make their land bigger. And I'm laughing, and I shouldn't be laughing, but I mean, it's kind of comical to us, but it's a form of cheating your neighbor, right? It's a form of cheating your neighbor. You go out at night and you move that boundary marker, you make your farmland bigger and you make your neighbors smaller. So, like I said, certain unscrupulous people used to do this, and it's wrong, right? Because that's basically stealing. That's basically stealing land from your neighbor. So remember how the land was divided in Israel. The land was divided among the tribes, and that land couldn't change hands. Your family land was to stay with your family. You could rent it out for a number of years and do things like that with it, but it was always to return to your family. It was given by God. It wasn't something that you were to give away to other people of other tribes or even other families. Now, we don't have that exact same situation today, but we shouldn't be stealing our neighbor's land by moving boundary markers or by trying to cheat them in some way. It's illegal, right? It's illegal, but worse, it's immoral. It's wrong. You're breaking God's law. You're breaking the Lord's law of love, because if you're stealing from your neighbor, that's not love. Now, it is harder to do this exact type of thing nowadays because of the way deeds are and the way our land is metered out on those deeds, and they pretty detailed about where your land begins and stops and all of that. But it's still wrong. It's a form of theft. And today it could send you to jail. So really, this is just, in general, good practical advice. Don't steal from your neighbor, right? Don't be taking from your neighbor. It's good advice to keep you out of trouble with society, but it's also to keep on good terms with your neighbor. You have no idea when you might need your neighbor. So don't steal from your neighbor. Don't take things that are not yours from your neighbor. We should love our neighbor and befriend them and help them. We don't want to make an enemy of our neighbor. We want to make them our friend and keep them as our friend. So thanks for listening. Hope you have a wonderful day. May the Lord bless you and keep you safe. And remember, God loves you.